Coming up at 4:30, Nikki Haley has dropped out of the Republican presidential race, leaving Donald Trump as the party's presumptive nominee. And starting this Saturday, looks like the SAT won't require number 2 pencils anymore. We have more information coming up that will leave people surprised. Over in social media, will Ryan Garcia's media outburst affect his fight in the ring next month? And finally, over on the mound in softball, the Lady Broncos are heading to conference play. Mark Lowe will have more details in sports. All of this and more happening right now on UCentral News.
Live from Central Oklahoma, this is UCentral News.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Brady Gray.
And I'm Perla Tovar. Welcome to this edition of UCentral News.
A busy night in the 2024 election season. More than a dozen states voted in their presidential primaries on Super Tuesday. Millions of people went to the polls to have their voices heard. Julia Benbrook reports from California with the key takeaways from the night.
Big Super Tuesday wins for former President Donald Trump and President Joe Biden. Shortly after polls closed, they were both projected winners in several states, including North Carolina, Tennessee, and Virginia. Trump celebrated at his Mar-a-Lago estate in Florida.
They call it Super Tuesday for a reason. This is a big one.
The former president has established a commanding lead in the delegate count. His primary opponent, former South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley, secured a projected win in Vermont. But it's not likely she'll be able to get the support needed to slow Trump's march to the nomination. It takes 1,215 delegates to become the Republican nominee.
We're going to win this election because we have no choice. If we lose the election, we're not going to have a country left.
Biden didn't face any major competition, but he was dealt a blow in U.S. territory, American Samoa, where he's projected to lose the primary to entrepreneur and investor Jason Palmer. Biden's team is already preparing for a possible rematch with Trump in November. The president released a statement acknowledging voters across the country and said they are, quote, showing that they are ready to fight back against Donald Trump's extreme plan to take us backwards. As the results continue to pour in, both candidates will be paying attention to their margins in key races to determine where to focus their energy and campaign dollars moving forward. There are also key primaries in Senate and House races, including here in California. The outcomes of those races could impact control of those two chambers. Reporting in Los Angeles County, I'm Julia Benbrook.
Following yesterday's results, Nikki Haley has dropped out of the Republican presidential race, leaving Donald Trump as the party's presumptive nominee. The former South Carolina governor has said that she had no regrets about her campaign. Haley did not endorse Trump. Instead, she called on him to earn the support of those who backed her up. Haley was one of the last dozen major candidates trying to challenge Trump for the nomination, but she never gained enough traction with voters. Still, Haley became the first Republican woman to win 2 primary races in Vermont and Washington, D.C.
And after Nikki Haley's dropout announcement from the race, the presumptive nominee Donald Trump took the opportunity to capitalize on her shortcomings. On social media, Trump said the former South Carolina governor got quote-unquote trounced on Super Tuesday. He then invited Haley's supporters to join his fight against Democrats and Joe Biden. Meanwhile, the Trump campaign sent out a fundraising campaign shortly after Haley announced she was dropping out. The text said it is now time for the party to unite under Trump to win back the White House.
Minority Leader Mitch McConnell endorsed Donald Trump as the Republican nominee for President Wednesday. The move followed Nikki Haley ending her campaign for the GOP nomination. In his statement, McConnell said Trump has earned the support of Republican voters and therefore will have his support. McConnell and Trump have not spoken in more than 3 years after the senator blamed Trump for the January 6th attack on the Capitol.
And Perla, the weather yesterday at polling places was gorgeous. Today, pretty much the same.
Yes, I am loving the warm weather that we have right now.
Yep, we'll kick it over to Destiny Pittman with our first look.
Hi guys, I'm here to give you your first look at weather. Today was another warm day like we have been seeing the past week. Outside today, it's currently about 67 degrees. It's pretty fair out as well. The sun is out in the sky. It is a nice, beautiful day. On top of that, the winds aren't too strong either. They're blowing south at about 6 miles per hour. Humidity rate is a little high. It's about 51%. And because of that cooler, with that high humidity rate, it does feel about 48 degrees outside. As we move on tonight, though, the temperatures will cool down. It still will be clear out. Winds will stay pretty much really low, 8 to 9 miles per hour blowing east. Humidity rate's 51% still, and then we do have that 40% chance of rain coming in tonight. And we will see some rain and some showers tomorrow. And then as we look at our allergy report, we can see that if you have tree allergies, the pollen is very high today, so just be careful. And then for mold allergies, we can see that those are pretty low, but they're still out there. So if you have allergies, it might not be the best day for you. That's all I have for now, though. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Destiny. Back in the classroom, no number 2 pencil, no problem. Among many other updates, beginning Saturday, the SAT exam will become fully digital. The college admissions test will be on a computer, but students will still have to take it at a testing site. The exam is also about an hour shorter than the worksheet version now. Another new feature, the math and reading sections are broken down into 2 sections. The difficulty level of the second section will depend on how well a student does in the first. And much to many test takers' delight, the results to the exam will now be returned in just a few days rather than a few weeks.
The Melton Gallery recently opened their latest show titled Lines with Power and Purpose. The presentation will feature more than 50 original editorial cartoons spanning the 20th century and the golden age of print journalism, representing innovative attempts to interpret times of war and economic hardships. The cartoons featured will range from Pulitzer Prize-winning artists and novice cartoons and will showcase art from the beginning of the 20th century up to post-World War II. The gallery will be open to the Melton Gallery through April 25th.
And we have some bad weather upcoming with rain tomorrow. Hopefully that won't affect any weekend or week activities. We'll have our full look at weather after the break.
Happy birthday! Make a wish.
Miss you guys.
Blue skies smiling at me, talking about blue skies. Do I see bluebirds singing a song, talking about blue skies from now on?
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. What about those barbecues you plan in detail for your family? Or your daughter's first costume party? It was out of this world. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Are you really sure this is all going to fit?
Oh, it'll fit. I got that.
All right.
When hauling anything, ensure it's secure. Losing your load is dangerous for all drivers. We want everyone to make it home safe. Help make Oklahoma safe by securing your load.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm here to give you your full look at weather. As we look across the state tonight, we can see those temperatures are getting pretty low. Up in Guymon, we see that's going to be the coldest area tonight, about 37 degrees. The Oklahoma City and Edmond area is going to be about 56 degrees, so not too cold. But as we look across the state, we can see a lot of high 40s and low 50s. And as we move on tomorrow, we can see those temperatures are going to warm back up. We're going to see more of that spring-like, early spring weather that we have been seeing the past week. We see up in Guymon, they're going to have a big jump from 37 to up to 65. And then we see a lot of 70s, low to mid. In the Oklahoma City and Edmond area, again, 73 degrees, a nice warm day. We can see down Lawton and Altus, it's going to be about 75. And then in McAllister, about 68 degrees. So again, those nice spring-like temperatures that we are going to start seeing, and those are going to start sticking around more. So then I'll move on to the 7-day forecast. So we can see this upcoming week we're going to have quite a few different types of weather as we see coming on to tomorrow. Tomorrow there is going to be a thunderstorm, a 40% chance that is going to start around 3 a.m. tonight. It's going to carry on until tomorrow into the early weekend. We can see that 72 for our high tomorrow, 52 for our low. Again, Friday is going to be pretty much similar weather to Thursday. We see another 40% chance of those thunderstorms. So there's going to be some rain, some lightning, some thunder. So if you're out, just make sure to be safe. And then we do see it's going to be 61 for the high, 35 for the low. As we look at our lows, we can see they are starting to get back down lower to those almost freezing temperatures. But the weather on top of that, the highs are going to be pretty warm. But we do see that the next few days we are going to have a little bit of a cold front come in. We're going to jump from about 72 to 54 on Saturday. So the beginning of the weekend is going to be a little chilly, but the sun will be out. We see 54 for our high, another cold evening, 33 for our low. And then on Sunday, those temperatures will warm back up a little. 63 for our high, 41 for our low. Again, the sun will be out. So if you want to do something this weekend, Sunday might be the best day to do it. It'll be a little warmer and the sun will be out, and the ground should fully be dry from that wet weather that we are going to be seeing later on this week. And then as we move on, we see the week is starting off nice and sunny, 70 for our high, 50 for our low. So we see that nice warm weather is going away for a few days, but it is going to come right back up next week. But as we look on, we can see Tuesday and Wednesday are both going to be cloudier days. So the sun is going to go away, but like I said, no chance of rain with that. So it's going to be that nice, warm, drier weather. 74 for our high on Tuesday, and then 54 for our low. And then as we look on to Wednesday, we can see 73 for our high. Again, like I said, those clouds are going to be coming in. I know that I'm really excited that we are going to be having some nice rain coming in because I love to see the rain. And it feels like we haven't had any rain for a while. How are you guys feeling about that? Those storms might be coming in the next few days.
Personally, I'm going to be looking forward to Sunday. I am just all about the sun. I'm not a fan of the rain, but that's just me.
And Destiny, I know that the forecast can only tell us so much. Those clouds at the end of your 7-day, is that looking like any rain as well so far?
Currently, it's not looking like any rain. Like I said, it's going to be that more dry weather that we are seeing. So the rain looks like it's going to take a little pause once we get to next week.
Well, fingers crossed. Thank you so much, Destiny. Coming up, a superstar boxer left fans worried for his life after some concerning social media posts.
And an original animated movie is set to release later this year. Check out the trailer and more after the break.
I was raised to believe in the power of possibility, to always move forward but never forget where I came from, to value hard work, ingenuity, and hospitality. On one hand, my people are rough and rugged. On the other, refined and elegant. They taught me how to love beautiful things and cherish my past, to seek out adventure, eat well, and to have a good time. So I keep their traditions alive every place I go. They call me Oklahoma City, but you can call me the modern frontier.
UCentral News as a whole, you got to be in those different areas, like being on camera, being off camera, being in the control room. And so I feel like that is what prepared me most about being in the workplace.
UCentral and the mass comm department has provided me all the tools and the fundamentals that are needed in order to thrive well and thrive fast at my job.
Maybe it's time to hit the road and visit a place where stories unfold. This is the land of the ultimate road trip, with sights old and new on Route 66. There's fun to be had, so much to do, and a few new surprises before you get through. Oklahoma has the most miles to share of Route 66. It's really quite rare. TravelOK.com will show you the way. Come see for yourself this iconic highway.
Welcome back, Broncos. I'm Sam Kozlowski with your social media update for March 6th. And to start, boxing fans on X were left concerned after boxer Ryan Garcia posted some disturbing content on his Twitter account, or his X account. He updated fans with an apology video on X after many people voiced their concerns for his safety. Garcia insisted that his fight against Devin Haney will still happen on April 20th, so it will be interesting to see what happens. And the first trailer just dropped for Universal Pictures' new animated movie starring the Star Wars and Black Panther actress Lupita Nyong'o and The Last of Us actor Pedro Pascal. I gotta say, it looks cute. Let's take a look. The Wild Robot is expected to release September 20th, 2024. And more in film news, Avatar: The Last Airbender has just been renewed for 2 more seasons on Netflix so that the story will be completed and match the 3 seasons of the original animated show. The live-action remake has very mixed reviews so far throughout season 1 with a 59% on Rotten Tomatoes and a 75% audience score. And in more positive news, Dune 2 has been getting lots of praise since its release last week with over a 94% on Rotten Tomatoes and a 9 out of 10 on IMDb. Popular Japanese video game designer said, "When I watched Dune Part 2, my rigid ways of thinking crumbled like sand. It meticulously depicted the non-existent world of Arrakis, bringing it to life with unprecedented detail and realism." And after 13 years in Minecraft, wolves are getting 8 new variations that will differ by biome. This is big news for the community that so many of us grew up in. Brady, Perla, did you play Minecraft as a kid, and how do y'all feel about this news?
I know, I'm excited. I still play Minecraft from time to time. I know our producer Jordan just had to get this story in there because of how big of a deal this is for all of us Minecraft people. What about you?
I have always been a fan of Mario. I've never played Minecraft, but my little brother is obsessed with Minecraft, and Minecraft has always just been very popular.
Absolutely.
Yes, but moving over into sports, softball is opening conference play this weekend.
And the Thunder are in Portland tonight. What can we expect? Mark Lowe has the latest in sports.
Feel the beat of nature at a park or forest near you. Find a forest and music inspired by nature at discovertheforest.org.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Welcome back. We're quickly approaching the midway point in the semester, but one Bronco is running for the finish line. As announced last week, Treasure Valerie is set to run the NCAA Indoor National Championships. The freshman from San Antonio, Texas is the only Bronco that qualified for the tournament and the first qualifier under second-year head coach Schmader. Valerie will be competing on both Friday and Saturday in the 200 and 400-meter races. We at UCentral wish her the best of luck as she represents the Broncos. Now over to the tennis courts. Our Lady Broncos had a break last weekend but are back on the road this week. Lady Broncos, who don't have a home matchup the entire month of March, are on the road to southeastern Oklahoma State this Friday. The Lady Chos are 3-2 on the season, coming off a narrow 4-3 win against St. Mary's at the end of last month. The duo of Blythe Buntrock and Pete Kamada is currently ranked number 23 in the nation, with Buntrock being ranked 71st and Kamada at 46 in the ITA singles top 75. The Broncos start things off against Southeastern on Friday at 1 p.m. down in Durant. Now that the Diamonds softball swept the Drury Classic over the weekend and are about to begin conference play with 2 doubleheaders this weekend. Lady Chos open up MIAA play against the Washburn Ichabods on Friday at 1 p.m. Lady Chos stay ranked at number 12 headed into this weekend. The Ichabods are 19-5 headed into the matchup as opposed to the 12-6 Lady Broncos. They also hold second place in the MIAA, less than 1 game behind first place Pittsburgh State. The next team to come to town is Emporia State on Saturday. Lady Hornets are on a road trip to Newman the day before visiting the Broncos. As of now, Emporia State has a 15-6 record and hold on to the 6th seed in the MIAA, 1 spot above Central Oklahoma. This weekend's doubleheader is a great chance for the Lady Chos to set themselves well above most of the conference if they can win it out. Now to the other dugout. Baseball was in action yesterday for a doubleheader over in Shawnee. The Broncos and Bison squared off in a beautiful spring matchup and a two-game rematch from the Edmond First Pitch Classic earlier on this season. The Broncos started game 1 hot, getting 2 across the first, 1 in the third, and 2 more in the 7th, taking a much-needed win 5-2. The second game, however, saw the Broncos get stumped early on while the Bison poured on the runs. The Broncos only got their only run coming from a triple by Caden Robertson in the 5th. The Broncos dropped game 2 by a margin of 6-1. The loss here and 2 more over the weekend to conference opponent Missouri Western dropped the Broncos out of the top 25 rankings completely. They are on the road this weekend for another conference matchup against Newman, starting on Saturday with a doubleheader. First pitch of the series is at noon in Wichita. And finally tonight, the Thunder are back in action tonight after a come-apart loss in Los Angeles on Monday. They make a trip up north to Portland, Oregon to take on the Trailblazers. The last meeting between the two teams saw the Thunder narrowly scrape by at home 111-109 back in January. Since then, the Thunder have won some big ones and also dropped some big ones. OKC is in a neck-and-neck race between the Minnesota Timberwolves for first place in the West, with the Timberwolves currently holding the tiebreaker. The Thunder and Trailblazers tip off tonight at 9 p.m. in Portland. Brady Perla, the Thunder had the number 1 spot in the West until the Lakers game, and the Timberwolves play the Pacers tomorrow night. Do you see the Thunder taking back that first place spot anytime soon?
I know, Mark, we certainly hope so. This team is just so young. It's the back and the forth, the inconsistency. I'm going to throw it right back to you. Do you think they can kind of overcome this youth and go on the run that they need to really set themselves up for the postseason?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the last couple, really this whole year, it's been Shai Gilgeous-Alexander leading the way for the Thunder. He's been putting up a 30-point bomb pretty much every game. The real bet is who's going to be right there with them. At least one player is putting up over 20 along with Shai. And I think as long as they all can work on the same cylinder, they're going to be just fine.
Well, thank you very much, Mark. Perla, I know you and I are both super excited to see what the Thunder do down the stretch.
Yeah, season's not over yet, so I'm excited to see how the Thunder ends the season. But coming up, Barbie's 65th anniversary is Saturday. What are they going to be doing to celebrate?
Plus, Destiny Pittman will have our last look at weather. Stay tuned.
Feel the beat of nature at a park or forest near you. Find a forest and music inspired by nature at discovertheforest.org.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Welcome back. Mattel is releasing 8 new dolls to kick off the 65th anniversary of Barbie. In honor of International Women's Day, these dolls are based off women who inspire girls through storytelling and encourage them to be brave and confident. They include actors Viola Davis and Dame Mirren, superstars Shania Twain and Kylie Minogue, and content creator Maria Gomez, director Leah Aviles, model Nicole Fujita, and comedian Anissa Amani. International Women's Day is Friday, and Barbie's anniversary and birthday is Saturday.
And in lottery news, the Mega Millions jackpot is up to $687 million for Friday's drawing. That's a lump sum cash value that is just over $332 million. If there's a winner, it will be the 6th largest Mega Million prize ever awarded. The jackpot has been growing since its last won in early December. Meanwhile, Powerball has a Wednesday night drawing for a jackpot of $463 million. All right, and last up, we have Destiny Pittman for our last look of weather.
I'm just going to give you guys a quick rundown for tomorrow's temperatures. So we see tomorrow morning around 7 a.m. there are going to be some storms coming in. Those storms will come in overnight and they'll carry on through the day. Around noon, those storms will still be there, 60% chance. And then again in the evening, it's going to be about 63 degrees, and those storms are still going to be there carrying on into Friday. That's all I have for now. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you so much, Destiny. And I don't know about you, I have some plans for this week. Thankfully, all that rain is happening in the next couple days over the weekend while I'll be at my other job. But what about you?
You know, we have our annual cheer and dance competition this weekend, so a lot of us are going to be staying inside, spending some time in the gym performing for the community, so that's what I'll be doing.
Thank God no one recruited me to do that because I would look terrible.
Hey, that would have been, you would have enjoyed it so much. That's what
I
makes
wouldn't
it
have enjoyed
fun.
a second of it being out there, other than the point where I fall and break my neck for everybody's entertainment, right?
That's what everyone enjoys, is people that are unexperienced.
Well, I'm glad they enjoy it. It makes me want to puke when I'm the one out there doing it. But in other news, thank you for joining us today. That is all we have. My name is Brady Gray.
I'm Perla Tovar, and thank you guys for watching this edition of UCentral News.